Four-goal thriller and 4 red cards for Killie. Welcome back to Fog Football. It's St Mirren 2, it's Kilmarnock 2. Derek McKinn's wasn't a happy buddy. And you know what? We put a lot of emphasis at Parkhead. I think down in Paisley was the biggest screw job of the day because I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, but we do now. We've seen the game. It's time to review it. You said 4 red cards for Killie. Can you elaborate? Is that for the season?
Four. Not the day. Four red cards for the season.
There probably could have been 4 red cards today, but there was only one. I think there should have been a lot more. Derek McKinn speaking after the game, he wasn't very happy. I can understand why. I think his team were hard done by. There was only 1 red card. Kilmarnock got it, and out of all the potential red cards, honestly, man, I think that was the softest of the lot. So, I can sympathise with Joe Wright. Derek McInnes wasn't really sympathising with Joe Wright. He seemed more annoyed though that the St Mirren players managed to avoid a red card in their direction. But let's talk about the game then. Let's get into it. So St Mirren score early on, cross into the box, diving header. Olisanya, I mean, pretty good goal here. The diving header is something you don't really see much in football these days. So I always appreciate. I think it's because like the high boot rule now is so strict that like a lot of, diving headers are just kind of, I know a diving header doesn't negatively affect the person.
You could argue there should be more diving headers then by your logic because no one's putting the high boot in.
Maybe people are shite bags and they're afraid of getting caught with a boot in the face.
That could be it, but he wasn't. He made it 1-0, good finish, can't really complain.
It was probably against the run of play, but anyway, good wee goal there, nice wee diving header, tight angle, put it in, good stuff.
Then Daba then has a great volley tipped over from about 30 yards out. It was almost bloody bang good night, wasn't it? What a goal this would have been.
It would have been a great goal for the defender, but the midfielder even. But it was saved by the goalkeeper. Good volley.
If it went in, it'd have been a striker.
Well, yes. I mean, if it went in, his card on FIFA would have been up about 20 points. But it was tipped over there. But good strike from Ndaba. Kilmarnock then had another chance. Armstrong on the edge of the box. He took a shot, wasn't that great, but there was like a shitload of players in the box. It took a bunch of deflections, and it was Watkins that got the final touch on. He flicked it home to make it 1-1. There was a VAR check here. I mean, it was tight, but I think he was onside.
I think they were just ripping the piss out of Killie the day. You say it was tight. Honestly, it didn't even look tight.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's debatable. I
know, but
it was onside. But I mean, I guess
I was wondering why they even checked it. He was clearly on for the naked eye.
No, I agree, but I think it was maybe close enough for them to draw a line, no?
I think whoever's drawing the lines is on the lines because
Stain lines or something.
Aye.
So that was 1-1. Right, they would then see Mandron back into Wright, and I do think he flicked an elbow because you see him turn around. He's looking at Wright just before the contact. Now you can say it might be accidental, right? But his elbow does connect with Wright in the face. He gets a yellow card, and I'm thinking, well, that's fair enough. Don't think it's a red. I think it's a yellow.
Yeah, but they were saying on sports scene though, it might not. I mean, he clearly elbows him.
And he was looking, so I thought it was a yellow, right? I don't want to see red.
I've seen reds given though.
But you know, I'd rather not see reds dished out for this. So you know, give him the benefit of the doubt, right? But for me, he was clearly looking behind him. He clearly seen Wright coming in, and I do think now we can argue he was just trying to use his elbow to hold him off or whatnot, but his elbow caught him in the face, right? And sometimes that does result in a red. It was a yellow, fair enough. But then he like lunges in like 30 seconds later. The ball's already cleared. He's late and he catches the Killie defender. I don't see how this is not a second.
Stephen Craigan's hanging on to the fact that the first one wasn't a yellow, so he's tried to counteract it by
I'm not buying that, man. Especially now, some people could say, "Oh, look, it's because it happened so quickly after the referee wanted to let him off." I think that goes against him. If anything, I think that shows this guy's a hothead and that it was a rash challenge.
Ill-disciplined, as McKinn would say.
And that he deserves a second yellow, but he didn't get it. I mean, didn't even go to VAR. Didn't even look at it. Now, I know you can argue, well, they can't look, but I mean, that rule's fucking dumb. Wright was on a second yellow, and they looked at that. Anyway, right, that was that. So, still 1-1. St Mirren still have 11 players on the pitch. Kind of lucky, in my opinion. And then we see Rooney. The ball's down. Vassell's on the ball. He falls down. The ball was like stuck between his legs. And Rooney just kicks Vassell twice. I mean, there's no he can't possibly get to the ball because he's trying to go through the man. He's literally kicking through Vassell here in order to get to the ball. You can't even. I don't even think you can make an attempt to say that he was trying to get the ball here. I legitimately think he just.
No, this happens all the time, right? This happened in Arsenal's last game against Brighton, where Rice gets sent off, but the guy levered Rice. It makes no sense to me. Like,
not once, but twice.
Rice, not once, but twice. But see here, right? Sean Rooney is the guy that actually I say he gets Wright sent off at the end of the day. Wright did what he did, even though it didn't look that bad to me. McKinn's is adamant that he fucking uppercutted him in the stomach or something. Honestly, can you really tell? It looks like he's trying to push him or something.
Yeah, well, we're focusing here on the
kick. But my point is, if Sean Rooney gets sent off here, then that doesn't happen. I think he should be sent off here. He's clearly taking fucking boots through the back of Rooney.
We know how soft football is now. I mean, I think that St Mirren are extremely lucky to not have two players sent off at this point.
See St Mirren, though, that this is obviously in our league, this is, you would almost think that St Mirren or Celtic or Rangers here against, like, Livingston, and they're just not getting, or, this is like Liverpool or United against, like, a Ipswich. This is baffling at how biased it seems towards one team.
Don't really get it. Then, like I said, Mandron, by the way, got subbed off. I can't remember if I mentioned that.
Ayunga,
Mandron got subbed off straight away.
Which tells you everything you need to know.
That tells you that Steve Robinson knew he was very lucky to still be on the pitch. Then we get the penalty claim. So there's a shot. Wright is trying to close in on the attacker. He's trying to close him down. The attacker gets a shot off. There's pretty much no space between the ball being shot and Joe Wright, and it hits him in the hand. Now, yes, it does hit him in the hand, but he's so close to closing down the... I mean, we've seen enough handball decisions in that game today, Hearts Celtic. He's so... There's nothing he can do about this. Now, it's a shot on goal, so, I mean, maybe that's why they've given it, because it is a shot and it could be on target. I think this is harsh. You can't do nothing about this.
You know what? I think the handball rule needs ripped up. And it needs rewritten, because I've no idea what's a handball now and what ain't.
I think we're getting to the point now where, I mean, just to keep it simple and fair, anything that hits the hands is a penalty.
Yeah.
Or just do what they used to do: ball to hand the ball.
Yeah, even that, no, that gets. I
think it's pretty easy to tell when something's hand the ball.
True. But I mean, yeah, this is giving these scores. I feel for Killie.
Mark O'Hara, good finish.
I feel for Derek McKinns here.
I believe Joe Wright picked up a yellow card for this. So, yeah, whatever. Then we see Joe Wright up the other end of the pitch, and still in the first half, mind you, and he's tussling with Sean Rooney. It looks like to me he's just... I mean, you could argue he's pulling the shirt a little bit, but it looks like to me he's trying to push Sean Rooney away so that he can, make a run for the incoming corner. And Sean Rooney goes down and Joe Wright gets sent off for a punch, which...
The second sending off of the season, bear in mind.
I don't think this is I mean, I think he got a straight red.
Yo, does he potentially, slap him or something? I don't know, but this is not a punch. A punch is a punch, man.
I'm assuming this was a straight red because you can't check for second yellows. But I think Joe Wright was already on it.
Yeah, it was a straight red.
So, I mean... I don't think this is a red card.
No, never a red card. I'm baffled. I mean, McKinn seemed from the replays that we've seen. Honestly, you can't tell if he's punched him or not. Like, see if Sean Rooney stays on his feet here and doesn't go down. This doesn't even get checked.
Yeah, I just can't believe out of these three incidents, the Killie player's the one that's walking, and the two St Mirren players have remained on. Albeit Mandron walked off because he got subbed, but. That's baffling to me.
Yep, and that pretty much took us to half time.
Yeah, very controversial first half. And Killie obviously have to go 45 minutes with 10 men. That's extremely difficult, but they did a decent job. They got the equaliser. I believe it was an own goal. I think the final touch came off Ayunga to make it 2-2. So that obviously gave Killie a lifeline. 19 minutes to go. St Mirren at this point at home, man advantage. They must have been disappointed. I'm sure they were. Late on, we had a Gogic header from an incoming corner. He heads it at the far post. Unlucky, but he did hit the post there, so Gogic almost restoring the lead. And then in the 91st minute, St Mirren did get a goal They go 3-2 in front. However, it went to VAR. It was ruled out for a high boot, which I think is fair because the boot was pretty high. Like I said, the high boot rule these days is, a high boot. Basically, now you can only go for like an overhead kick or something if you're isolated.
Social distancing.
Yeah, 6 meters, mate. Because see if you're within touching distance of somebody and you go and you put your boot like I would say above anywhere close to like midsection chest height, you're getting fouled. It's a shame.
No, it is a shame. I don't like seeing football go down that route.
Look, remember that slatting goal against England?
I don't think there was anyone around him.
No, but see if there was, that would have probably been disallowed.
No, I know.
Well, especially in today's, footballing world. Anyway, the goal was disallowed. Probably the right decision, and Derek McInnes enjoyed this one. He was animated there on the touch lines. In the end, it ended at 2-2. I think a fair draw. To be fair, I've said fair 3 times now. Actually, didn't mean that, but anyway, yeah, draw. I think it's a game that both teams couldn't afford to lose.
Yeah, no,
St Mirren obviously did get a win in the opening day against Hibs. Since then, it hasn't been great. Kilmarnock still yet to get a win. Obviously, both sides would have went into this wanting a win. Kilmarnock not having a win, needed a win. St Mirren not having one since the opening day, not beating Kilmarnock in 3 years now. Both teams obviously wanted the win, but I think that both teams would have just been a little bit relieved at the end not to have lost.
No, I agree with that, but I also think with Killie, I know it's early days, but it's put them off the bottom of the table, and that's massive. The pressure, I feel like the pressure was already on Naismith, but if McInnes goes another game last, it eats at you. But
if Killie lose today, then...
Yeah, well, exactly, that is it. But they didn't lose, they drew 2 each, and it was a crazy game.
It was a good game, but I think the decisions were wrong.
No, the decision. I think pretty much every decision was wrong. But it's even referees' preference. It's like I don't get the rules. It just seemed like the referee was a St Mirren fan. Like that's what it looked like to me, which is weird to say, but is what it is.
Well, listen to what McInnes here has to say then about Joe Wright. He says, quote, "The moment of madness from Joe Wright is unacceptable. He'll be fined 2 weeks' wages for his actions. If the referee has deemed that as a punch, it is ill discipline. If the referee has seen what I think I saw, it is enough for a red card." End of quote. So Derek McInnes, obviously, he's content with the red card on his player. Now, he did speak about the red cards that they didn't get. And it was pretty long. He basically just says that, look, if we got a red card, then they should have got red cards. I think he was a little bit more upset about the Sean Rooney one than the Mandrum one, to be fair. But I thought they were both pretty poor. So, it is what it is. At the end of the day, a draw is a fair result. Let's just move on, I think. Yeah, a draw is a fair result. We'll move on. But I think Killie, regardless of how they're sent off, they need to stop it. You can't have 4. We're like a month and a bit in international break, and we've got 4 red cards. That's more than most teams will get a season. Yeah, it's not definitely some. Anyway, 2 each. Till next time. Peace.